So out come the Texans for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Let's go.
They begin with a run by Davis. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And able to work his way down to the 16. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
On the draw, this is Davis. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Working from the gun, Lance.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Ross on the return.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
The Vikings at 14-1 now on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, You point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Operating from the gun. Boom. And he completes it to Tompkins. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The numbers for Davis last week, 16 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football.
Texans football to start quarter two, as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. They go again with Davis. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 31 yards there and a first down. To throw, it's Lance. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills, and that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills, but they've really increased.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings.
And this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Trey Lance in the offense heading back out. And his struggles, they're continuing. He had 3 interceptions in last week's ball game. 2 more already here before halftime as they take over with a first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Lance. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first down carry for Davis. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. 2nd and 7. They'll run it again here with Davis. And no room that that time, getting it to about the 46. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Hands it off out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On 3rd down, Booth. But it's caught, Tompkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the 1st down in the process.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to about the 23.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A running play on 1st down will get 4 up to the 29. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 29, Lance. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Lance now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. So we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
To throw on third down. Boom. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in. Complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
Looking to throw on second down. Booth. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, we're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now here's Ross. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Boom. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Room here to run. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll take this down to the 33. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. Ross. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Looking to throw. Booth. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 1st down. Booth. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they struggle throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays. That puts the ball in the air.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Lance. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance on the move to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. Down. Throwing now is Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Lance going back to the air after the pick 6. And my goodness, another interception. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Lance. And now here's another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back to the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's the option play now to the left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Texans scoop it. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 2. Lance now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into it. And he loses the football a second time. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Throw right side complete to Carter. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Back to throw. Lance. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going deep here for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.